All right, so I'm back this week. I was out sick last week. Well, cold, head cold, sniffles. Didn't really sound all that great on mic, and I just didn't feel up to it last week to be doing these streams. But I'm good now. Feel a lot better. So let's go ahead and cover some cool shit, right? I want to talk a bit about how you can do highlighting and selecting features to do some cool interactive stuff with the ArcGIS API for JavaScript, right? So if we check out the documentation here, and on the feature layer view, it's going to have a method on here called highlight, right? Which is how you can highlight features on your map. So this is kind of how you can do some quick selection on the map. Some cool stuff here. So you can see here, it's got a small snippet where you get your layer view, create a query, do a little bit of query, and then you're going to go ahead and highlight the layer view based on those features. It's going to be this kind of like blue looking feature here. So we're pretty much going to write this and do some cool stuff with it. So I got this data set here. I actually forget what the data set is. If I open it up again, air quality data. Can't go wrong with air quality data, right? AQMD, man. Those guys will come down you hard. I used to work in local gov. So, okay, so I got my basic map kind of set up here. So let me go ahead and get my my layer view. So I'm gonna stick working inside of this little function here. So I'll say layer view is equal to await view.when layer view and pass my layer. There we go. Okay, so now I got my layer view now. Okay, so now I got my layer view. What am I gonna do with my layer view? So I want to get some features somehow. I want to. How do I get the features? What am I going to do to get the features? I don't want to click on the map because if I click on the map, I get a pop up. So the cool way you can do some stuff to create some like nice interactive applications is on mouse over, right? Which I think is going to be pointer move. So yeah, if I look at the documentation here, let me open up another page. We can go ahead and look at the map view. The map view has a number of events I can listen on. So this is everything I could mess with. I can do. I don't care about drag, focus, hold. Nah. I'm wearing headphones, huh? I don't need headphones. I'm not talking to anybody. I gotta listen to that. I had that on for a meeting earlier. Sorry. Pointer enter, pointer leave, pointer move. There we go. Okay, so that's what I want. I want pointer move. Pointer move is going to give me what? It's going to give me the X, Y. Ah, okay, that's nice. We can play with that. Okay, so let's go ahead over here. So now I'm going to go ahead and do view.on pointer move. All right. And I don't know if I need it yet, but I'm going to go ahead and make an async one, async function for the pointer move. So at this point, because I'm going to assume by the time I actually start interacting with my map here, I don't need to wait for the layer view to be updating false at this point. I could bring in, if we have issues, I'll bring in watch utils and I'll do that. But I don't think I really need it in this case for what I'm doing, because everything should be drawn at this point, right? So, okay, so view on pointer move. So now in order to get a point, I need to do something like const point is going to be equal to view to map and pass it the event. So if we look at the map view, we get back an event with XY, but those are screen coordinates. They're not the map points. It's not a real point on the map. This is just screen coordinates, because in order to give you a map point that'll have a lat long and the map location, it takes a little, you got to compute that under the hood based off of the map, convert them to lat longs. Pointer click will give you that, or mouse click, or just click, sorry, not mouse click. Click will give you a map point because you click on the map and there's like a small delay, but you want this to be fast, interactive. So you don't want to be mousing over the map the whole time and creating all these points you don't need. It takes up resources and it'll be a little laggy, and you don't want that. You want stuff fast, right? So I'm going to go ahead and use this other function on the view. So there's a method on here called, we have toMap and toScreen. So toMap takes a screen point, which basically just has XY coordinates on it, right? X and Y right there. Those are screen coordinates. So I can do this bit here to give me an actual point on the map. So I'm going to go ahead myself and I'm going to use this bit to go ahead and create a point on here. So I add a little bit of computational power going on here. It's not a lot. It's JavaScript. It's magic. This shit just works. Oh, you know what it is? No. I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong. My bad. My bad. Hit test. I don't need this. Come on, people. I don't even need the query. All right. This is ridiculous. What am I doing this for? Okay. All right. Hit test will do this for me. Hit test is magical. So now I can go ahead and I forget what hit test returns. Just call it results for now. Await view dot hit test and pass in my point. Is that right? Or is hit test? No, hit test takes the screen coordinates. Yeah. So I can just pass it the event right there. So, okay, let's do this. So let's go take these results here. I do not need the point here because I'm not doing a query. I'm taking advantage of hit test. Hit test is just much faster to do this. Okay, so I need to assume right here. Do this. So I'm going to assume it's going to be the first feature. Let's see something with like 2. Because it also is going to grab stuff from the vector tile layer underneath, but I don't need the vector tile layer. So I got my graphic. It's got a layer associated with it. Symbol, no? Okay. Attributes, here we go. Should have the object ID. Yeah, that's what I need. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the first one. So let's say let's don't log this out. So let me go ahead and save a highlight here. I'll say let highlight, boom, just like that, right? Don't touch it now. So now I'm going to say is that my result is going to be equal to the first results. Okay, so you saw me grab the results here. There's a graphic on here. So I want the graphic. So let me grab that graphic. And let's go double check to see what highlight takes. Highlight takes, actually, so highlight can take a graphic, array of graphics, or numbers or random numbers. So that would be the object ID. So I can actually just pass it the graphic here. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to say that layer view, oh, I want to spell that right. Layer view, and spell it right, dot highlight graphic. So let's check this out here. Oh, but look at it. It's just like gathering it up. Everything's just, oh, I'm highlighting everything. Wait, no, I don't want that. You get, okay, we're halfway there. We're halfway there. So what I want to do here is I want to say if highlight, right? So let's do this. I want to call a remove method on it, right? We look at what the highlight returns. It returns this, where we got handle. And the handle has a remove method. If we look at the way it does it here, it removes stuff. And it does this whole highlight equals layer view highlight. Let's come back over here. So that's what I need to do here. I need to say that the highlight, which is my handle, really, is equal to that. That's why I make it a let, because we're going to be overriding it all the time. There we go. So there, as I hover over stuff, I am, boom, doing all kinds of cool stuff. Okay, let's make this a little bit more interesting, right? So outfields, all of them. This can be slower. Let's see. A little slower. Adding more fields in here. Pop-up should be super fast. Not assessing some data from the pop-up. I bet you there's some arcade stuff going on here. That's why it took a little bit. But it's okay. No big deal. So here we are, highlighting, getting out of the highlight, and other cool stuff. Oh, the label is jacking me up right there. So okay, I can do this. I can do something else cool here. So it's taken into account if I'm hovering over a label on the vector tile layer, right? And I can find this if I go ahead again. Let's log out the results. And let's check this out. Because it's kind of stuff you run into. You're gonna hit this every now and then. I did a very cheap kind of by grabbing the first feature to get the graphic I'm interested in because I just happen to know, but I'm hovering over a label here. So at that point, what is my first graphic? Does my graphic have any attributes? If it does not have an object ID, it doesn't. So it has layer ID, meaning that it is coming from the vector tile layer. And I can use this layer ID if I want to change something in the style of my vector tile layer. So like I click, or I do a hit test on the vector tile layer, I get the layer ID, and I can grab the layer style and do some other cool stuff. Maybe I'll do a video on interactively updating vector tile layer stuff. That'd be kind of fun. I don't do it too often, but it's kind of fun. Anyway, I digress. I am, again, cheating by grabbing the first one. In this case, it's not the first one. It's the vector tile layer info getting pulled in here. Is it the second one? Let's see here. Attributes, maybe not. Yeah, so it's the second one. So really what I'm interested in is anything that has an object ID. So I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't just grab the first one. I should do a find. And then I'm going to say x dot what? Attributes dot object ID. A much safer and sane way of making sure you get the right graphic, which of course I'm not doing right. Oh, x dot graphic. My bad. Oh, almost had it. I almost had that. I think it got away. Cannot destructure graphic. See, so there's gonna be an error there if it can't destructure a graphic from there, which is weird. Because that happens if I'm hovering over somewhere where it's nothing on the map at all, right? Which is a different issue completely. I could probably add like a little try catch in there to get rid of this. Yeah, I guess maybe wonder if this will work. Is that right? I forget. Is that JavaScript? That's not correct. It's still trying to destructure graphic from there, which I think is part of the problem. So let's ignore this. Okay, so anyway, you get the idea. So now I've actually got the legit graphic I'm looking for. And what else can I do now? So I've got this graphic. I could do some other stuff with it. So if I go to let's go to the map view, right? So let's go to the map view, and I took some properties here, and there should be something on here for highlight options. There we go. So I can change the color of the highlight. I can give it halo color, opacity, fill opacity, and other cool stuff. So let's go and just steal what this one's doing, because I don't know colors very well, right? So now if I cover over this, you got yellow. Ooh, nice. With a big halo. So what if I make the what kind of options are for the halo? I guess just halo opacity and fill opacity. I was hoping I could make the halo like all fat and stuff, but I guess I can't do that. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. But you have control over what you want these to look like, right? That is bugging me doing that. So let's do this. Let's catch error and ignore error. That's how you fix bugs, people. Yeah, look at that. Nice. An easy bug to fix. But all right, cool. So yeah, that's how you handle highlight. You get pretty sophisticated in terms of how you want to handle your handles, right? Maybe you want to keep a series of them. So let's get to some something that's kind of fun, maybe, right? Okay, let's do this. Let's do const handles. Make an array, right? We're gonna. I don't know. This is probably pretty dumb, but I'm just trying to think of some interesting things you could do with this, right? So let's go ahead and let's say that. So we're not going to do remove just yet. We're going to go ahead and do this. So let's grab this. And we're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to do handles dot push this in there. All right. Then we'll say that if handles dot length is greater than, I don't know, 4. And we're going to do handles dot for each. Not a big fan of for each, but you know what? I am not going to be an ass about it. Just do it. And now I'm going to say it. Get rid of everything. So handles dot length is equal to 0. There are probably other ways to get rid of stuff from an array, but this is just how I've always done it. So, okay, so we're basically saying we're going to highlight 5 features. After I highlight 5, remove all of the highlights. Seems like I've got more than 5. Let's do this. 10. That's still better. Let's say I think it's even if I don't get the graphic back, I'm still doing the highlight in there. So some of the in-between stuff here is passing back graphic that doesn't, it's null. It's null graphic at that point. So yeah, that's what's happening there. But again, you can see I'm just doing multiple highlights in the map. I control it. It's up to me to handle how many I want. And bam, there you go. So, okay, let's try something else. It's going to be kind of dirty to do this, but let's do it anyway. So, I'm going to put a div in here. Let's give an ID equal to info. All right, sounds good. Let's see, we'll put info somewhere. Let's give it a height and width. Height. Let's say 120 pixels. Width, I don't know, 240 pixels. Okay, cool. View dot UI dot add. I think I can just do this. Info and then top right. Yeah, there it is. Right there. Add it. I saw it. It's right there. You can't really see it too well because it's got it doesn't have a background to it, so let's give it a background. There we go. Yeah, it was just opacity. Okay, so there's our, we're gonna put some stuff at. So now we're gonna take care of this little, try something cool here. So let's look at widgets, and there is a feature widget in here. There we go. All right, so the feature widget's cool. Feature widget displays content from the pop-up, but you can put it wherever you want, right? So we're going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and not going to worry about this. I'm going to go ahead and create a feature widget. So it's going to bring it in. Let's come over here. Do this. And we're going to say feature from for widgets. Oops. There we go. Widgets feature. All right. So now we're going to say, do it like this. So we're going to say const f widget is equal to new feature, and container is going to be the info container up over here, which was just kind of placed over here, nothing to it, right? So what else does it need? It needs the map. So I got to pass it the map spatial reference. Is that right? That doesn't look right to me. Let's see. I thought I needed the view. It needs the view. I guess you can pass the map, but really what I want is the view. If I pass the view, it should be able to figure out from the map. View. Boom. Okay. I hope. We'll find out. So the next thing it needs is a graphic. So basically what I can do at this point is I should be able to say view dot graphic is equal to graphic. Not view. Oh my god. Feature f widget dot graphic f widget dot graphic is equal to graphic. So as I highlight this stuff, cross my fingers, this all works. There we go. I need to make this a little bigger. Let's go over here. Let's go with a height of 320. Let's make this, I don't really need it to be opaque. I just did it so that I could make sure it was there. So let's do that. Well, 320 is big. Let's go with 220. A little better. Bam, there we go. Look at that. You'll be able to update it, highlight it. I can still click on stuff to get pop-ups. It'll still work there. But again, I'm doing it inside of my own little feature widget off to the corner to do some cool stuff, right? You can play with this. You can add some little debounce to add a little bit of interactivity and stuff like that. But it's cool. So now I've combined the highlight, selecting crap in the map, along with the feature widget to display info about what I've selected and what I'm highlighting. And I'm managing my highlight myself inside of my application. So that's kind of, you can do some cool stuff in there. But a lot of times just doing something like this, doing these quick little highlights in the map, these will work great. Users will really be interested to see this stuff because I really just want to quickly highlight things in the map. The filters and effect are awesome. They're great visualizations, but sometimes for real basic things can just be a bit much. So you don't need to get too fancy about stuff. Sometimes the simplest things work great, which is exactly what you're doing here. So take this, try it out, have fun with it, and help your users be awesome users. Thanks.